Now, a KXAN News investigation.
Good evening. I'm David Scott. New tonight, a KXAN investigation into your tax dollars overhauling Texas bridges. Millions are going to fully replace instead of repair bridges only a few people drive over every day. Now, is this wasteful spending or worth it? Josh Hinkle finds throwing money at these projects is not the only option, but it almost always is what happens.
Just off Highway 16 in Gillespie County, a bridge over the Pedernales River has become the focus of a funding dispute.
Oh my God, if something's not done, the bulldozers are going to come in here and bulldoze all this out.
No doubt the Bose Lane crossing needs work, and Philip Tates would know. This retired civil engineering professor lives just down the road.
If you look at the steel supporting beams in here, there is a slight amount of deflection.
The Texas Department of Transportation wants to spend an estimated $370,000 federal dollars to replace the bridge instead of simply repairing it. But it's something Tate says he can't justify.
I call it waste in the worst possible form.
On average, only 10 cars use it each day.
These people up here do not have to depend on this. This is a crossing of convenience.
True, there's another bridge about a mile down the road the state says is safe to use that gives cars access to the same highway. But Tate's isn't the only one who would save a few minutes drive time by keeping the Bose Lane crossing open. So would a man who approved this costly decision, County Commissioner Calvin Ronsleben.
And I figured the people would think that I had something to do with selecting that bridge. And I told Texas, I said, well, I'd rather if you put another bridge in instead of this particular bridge.
But it turns out the county didn't have the option of putting that money toward another bridge. Maybe one with more traffic.
And he said, as far as we're concerned, it doesn't matter whether 2 people drive over it or whether 100 people drive over it.
There are almost 53,000 bridges in the state, and TxDOT inspects them every 2 years. Those with the lowest score get the money from the Federal Highway Bridge Program, highlighted in the aftermath of 2007's I-35 bridge collapse in Minneapolis that killed 13 people. To rank a bridge, TxDOT puts the most value on structural safety, then serviceability, how much life the bridge has left. But the smallest percentage is how critical the bridge is to public use, and that's where traffic count comes into play.
Many county roads have low traffic volumes, and those bridges being safe are important to the people that drive on those bridges.
Records show TxDOT gave Gillespie County a choice. Replace the Bose Lane crossing with federal funds, repair it at their own expense, or close it altogether.
We'll find in most cases counties like keeping their bridges open because it serves some segment of their public.
There are 417 bridges in Texas with fewer than 100 cars a day slated for replacement. This one in Caldwell County with 90 cars a day will cost $414,000. Another in Bastrop County, 35 cars, $370,000. And one in Lee County, just 10 cars, $327,000. The total cost statewide, nearly $150 million, not turned away by anyone. Like Ronsleben says, if Gillespie County didn't use money for this bridge, TxDOT would send it to the next one down the line, somewhere else in the state.
No telling where that'll be, but you say it won't be here in the county.
It's still taxpayers' money.
Tate says unless TxDOT reevaluates its system, the county should reconsider repairs or closure. It's a decision between safety for a few people or the start of savings in a tough economic time nationwide.
It's got to start somewhere, and this is about as low a level as you can get.
TxDOT will either repair or replace 1,052 bridges across the state over the next 5 years with funds from this federal program, depending on where they fall within that inspection ranking. The total for all of those projects is nearly $1.4 billion federal dollars. Want to find out if any are in your area? Go to KXAN.com now to find an interactive map showing all Central Texas bridges up for replacement. Hover over each point and you'll find out the project start date, location, traffic count, and how much it will cost. We also have a link taking you to our bridge statewide database. You can search for any bridges in any county in Texas. Click on each one for the specifics about that project. You can find those features on this story now on our homepage, KXAN.com. Josh Hinkle, KXAN News.
And if you've got a story tip for KXAN to investigate, just call our tip line at 703-5255, or you can send an email to investigates@KXAN.com.